Hello everyone, and welcome back to TechBlock. Today we have a very interesting product here. You already know what it is by the title. It's an RGB HDMI cable. This was sent to me by the company Vivify. It supports signals for like 4K 60 FPS, HDR10 compatible, all that stuff. HDMI 2.0 by the way. So it's a pretty decent cable in general. Let's check it out, unbox it, because I've never quite seen anything like this before. And it's a very interesting product too, like RGB HDMI cable. I'd understand if it was like an RGB lightning cable for like your phone, or like an RGB Type-C cable to charge your phone with. They exist, but an RGB HDMI cable, now that's quite different. Recently in my setup, I've been working on cable management quite a lot, as you've probably seen if you've been watching any of my videos recently. Cable management has been like my sole focus recently. And this type of cable, you wouldn't really want to hide, would you? If it has RGB, ideally you'd want to show it off. So kind of puts me in like a bit of an awkward spot, because I've just spent all this time sorting out my cable management and hiding every possible cable I can. But now with this one I kind of want to show off, you know, because it's RGB. Oh god, this is packed quite well. This better not make a mess, man. Right, I'm gonna try to take this out without spilling stuff everywhere. I mean, I'll tell you what though, it came well packaged, like that's for sure. Okay, that's everything. All right, we got this guy. This is some fancy packaging for a HDMI cable. Vivify, the company that makes it, of course. Dude, this is crazy. There's like magnets here and everything. Oh, are you mad? I have a letter here from Vivify's CEO, Sean. Hey, as one of the very first to partake in aid, we would like to send you our warmest gratitude. Hope you enjoy and like our product as much as we do. Looking forward to build upon the future. Best regards, Team Vivify. Their packaging is like awesome for a freaking cable. I'm very impressed. All right, so taking a look inside of here, this is like actually pretty exciting. I never thought unboxing a cable could be this cool. Okay, we got this little black box here. What could be in here? I have no idea. Like, I don't know what to expect with these guys. We have this thing, Vivify. Get a grip on your phone. Not for sale, it says on the back of it. Dude, I can actually pop this on my phone, man. There we go, look at that, guys. That's on my phone now, Vivify. Pretty cool. I can't believe they gave me that. Ooh, and then here, we have a micro USB cable. Now you may be like, why the hell do you get a micro USB cable with your HDMI cable? This cable will be used to increase the brightness of the RGB on the HDMI cable. So essentially this micro USB cable will just give it a bit more power to power all the RGB lighting effects inside of the cable. And then finally, right here, we have the actual cable itself. Let's take this part out. Sick, dude. Okay, here is our cable. Sick, man. Is there anything else inside here? I do not think there is. I love this packaging. This is the coolest cable unboxing I've ever experienced in my life, man. This is sick. This cable as well is like super lightweight, which is always good. Right, let's get this guy unwrapped. Like, I'm genuinely excited to try this out. I did not expect to be checking out an RGB HDMI cable, but here we are. This is the thing. 2019, you have RGB HDMI cables. They do give you 2 Velcro cable ties with this cable as well to aid with cable management. And ooh, they actually give you a 3rd cable tie to tie down the micro USB cable. Very useful. One thing that is different about this cable is one end of this cable is the source, aka like a PC or your PS4 for example, and the other end will be a monitor, a TV, wherever you're plugging it into. The source end of the cable, aka like, you know, the one you're gonna plug into your PC, it's the one with the arrow pointing downwards, away from the HDMI connector and towards the cable. And the other end of the cable, the one with the micro USB connection, this is the one with the arrow pointing upwards towards the HDMI connection itself. That's the one that you're going to be plugging into your monitor. Hopefully that all makes sense. So with all that said, I think we should probably plug this guy in and see what it's all about, man. RGB HDMI cable. Can't believe this is the thing. Right, so this is going to be going into the monitor. This will go into the PC. So this is HDMI. I'm currently using DisplayPort for my graphics card and monitor, but I don't have a problem with switching to HDMI. Okay, oh Lord, it's on. It's flashing. And it's currently flashing red, which indicates that the other end is not plugged in. In terms of cable length, I believe this is around 3 meters long, I'd say. Right, now I have to find the HDMI port on this monitor. What I can do as well is use my phone to actually see where exactly the ports are. So we got USBs there, Type-C, and then we got 2 HDMIs right here. So I need to plug it in like this. Is that in? Hey, that's in. Let's make sure we're actually running at 100 Hertz still. Monitor 60, set it to 100. As this cable should be more than capable of running at 100 Hertz at 3440 by 1440p. And yes, it is running at 100 Hertz now. Lovely. Dude, this cable's sick, man. Okay. To adjust the color, there is a touch sensor, I believe. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna actually plug in this micro USB cable. I need a USB cable. I've acquired a USB extension cable. Plug you into this and go ahead and plug this guy into the back of the PC. Okay, that's a little bit brighter now. Okay, cool. Ideally, I have to cable manage all of this as well. It's kind of cool though. I kind of like it. I think at nighttime, it should actually look pretty good. All right, I'm gonna unplug it for now. It's gonna be flashing red, of course, because it's like, dude, I'm unplugged. What I'm gonna do is I need to sort out this DisplayPort cable that used to be here. So I need to uncable manage that, remove it from the setup, and then we can go ahead and properly cable manage this RGB one. Luckily, I've gone ahead and used these very simple to use J channels all over the place, which makes cable management a breeze. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the LEDs are actually facing towards me, and we're gonna just simply wrap all of this stuff together using a Velcro cable tie. We'll actually need to wrap one more cable, that is the USB extension. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna run the USB extension cable through here. Okay, USB cable is cable managed. You can pop this RGB cable inside of here. Okay, that's sorted. Now we just have to plug in the USB cable. Let's do a quick cable management check before we do anything else. Cables down the monitor, you can't see any of them. Can't really see any cables there apart from the RGB one, which you kind of want to see now. Yeah, man, all looking good. So in terms of RGB lighting effects, you have 7 colors to choose from and then a color cycle as well. So I'm going to go ahead and tap the touch sensor on the other end of this cable. There we go, we got pink, red. Oh, this is the color cycle, I believe. Yes, it is. Looks sick, man. I can't believe I have an RGB HDMI cable, man. All right, everything is once again cable managed. The cable's looking good. And I believe at nighttime, this is gonna look absolutely sick. Here's what I can do. I can go ahead and turn this big light off, turn these lights off, so we can maybe see the cable a little bit better. So behind the monitor there, if I like zoom in, you can kind of just see the cable wrapped around the monitor stand there, and you can kind of just see it behind the PC there as well. So that's so cool. And especially when you're actually sitting down at the setup here, you can kind of just see that cable peeking through. I've currently got it set on like a color cycle mode, but yeah, man, there's that cable, goes down into the plastic J channel there. You can pretty much see the entire cable going through the J channel there, lighting up, going up there. I've wrapped it around the monitor arm a couple times, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the cable. It's very interesting, isn't it? Like an RGB HDMI cable, it's not something you see all the time. It's a very unique product for like a very niche market. If you're a fan of RGB and you have the money to splash on a pretty high-end HDMI cable that has RGB, when it comes to this type of cable though, you'd probably not want to use it the way I'm currently using it. You'd probably want the whole cable to be like exposed and shown because the entire cable has RGB. If you're buying an RGB cable, you kind of want to see all the RGB lighting effects that it has and make the most out of it. But in my scenario, a lot of the cable's kind of hidden away, but you can still kind of see it. Especially when you walk in the room, you'll definitely see the cable. You can just see it behind the PC there, behind the monitor. Like the cable is there. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come back at nighttime when it's much, much darker in this room. I've done my best once again to, close all the blinds. I've tried to make the room as dark as possible, but there's only so much I can do. So we'll be back at nighttime. We'll check all the lighting effects out once again, see how bright this cable actually is during the night. All right, I'll see you soon because it's currently like, it's not even 3 p.m. yet. So we'll be back in many hours to check this cable out. All right, we're back. It's nighttime. As you can see, I've turned the nano-leaf row light panels off, so it's a little bit darker in the room. We've got the color lights over there. Can we see the cable? Of course we can. It's wrapped around the monitor around there and down the PC. So this is the cable beneath the desk, wrapping around, going up, behind the monitor stand and all. So you can definitely see the cable during the nighttime, during the day of course, but I do feel like the cable could have been a little bit brighter. Anyway though, thank you all so much for watching. That's going to be it for today's video. Massive shout out to Vivify for actually sending out this RGB HDMI gaming cable for me to check out. I've never seen anything quite like this before. Definitely a cool product, but the price tag will probably be the one that gives people a heart attack. It's $150 for the 2.7 meter cable or the 9-foot one, or a whopping $200 for the 4.5 meter cable, which is 15 feet. The price tag on this cable is absolutely insane. But if you're absolutely crazy about RGB and you happen to have $150 or $200 to spend on a HDMI cable, you can buy this one. Check out the first link in the video description down there to where you can buy yourself one of these HDMI cables. They do also have other products on their store that you can probably check out as well. But the one that I got sent today is the HDMI cable. But apart from that guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Goodbye.